Hi, I'm Zara.
And I'm Faith.
And we would like you to
sit down with us
every Wednesday.
Woo! So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about all things travel through accessibility, disability, how we feel going through the border, and
we're just girls loving to travel. And sometimes it's not as
not as glamorous as we'd
and
like
as
it to be.
easy.
No, not as easy.
As you might think. Like, there's a lot of things we need to think about that it's not just a matter of booking on the flight, off you pop.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to get into
talk about today.
But we're not going to out anyone.
Oh, we're not? Here's me with my black book.
I don't need to.
People.
I don't have any specific airlines that I've had issues with.
I mean, I do, but I'm not necessarily going to out them either. Because I'm not here looking for a fight.
We're here for a good vibe.
But having said that, I feel like I should say which airlines I've had problems with, because then it's like avoid.
Yeah. To be fair, it'll give people knowledge of who to technically not go with.
What's interesting though is the one I had the most issues with, which was my first time flying with them. I'd actually heard so much horrible things about them in regards to accessibility and disabled people.
Well, out them.
So chances are people already know who that is.
I'd say it. You'll have to say it for me because I don't know who it is.
Watch along.
Okay.
And I might.
Well, let's get into it.
Right. So, as you know, or if you don't, I am a full-time wheelchair user. Clue in the world, full-time. My wheelchair comes everywhere with me. And I was travelling to Japan about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago now. Best place on earth. Like, genuinely, if someone was to text me tomorrow, pack a bag, we're going to Japan, I'm there. I am literally there. But on the way there were some issues. So I was with a particular airline. Again, I'm not going to out them. I feel like I don't know.
Out him.
Should I?
Tell me. In my mic.
No. Okay, I was with British Airways.
Really?
Yes. Right. And it shook me to my core because they were expensive. It was expensive.
I thought they would have their crap together.
Like, I would have thought, sorry, Ryanair, but I would have thought something like that would be with Ryanair, not BA. I'm sorry.
I'm shocked. I didn't know you were going to say that.
I love saying something like that, and I've not even actually said what it is.
Let's hear the story.
But anyway, so I'm gonna walk you through it, and if you're in a chair, I'm gonna wheel you through it. I'm sorry, I can make that joke, right? As a wheelchair user, I can make that joke. Silence.
Go. I'm sure.
I'm sure. So we had a connecting, all fine. Sat on the second flight, and about 10 minutes after it set off, or like it was like, you know, like where it's like it's set off, but it's basically still on the track. So you're just like not in the air, but
you're just cruising to get to the right point to take off.
Yeah. And this lady comes to me. Loved her. She, by this point, it's a different airline, because the first part of the journey was with BA and the second part was with another airline, which I'm not going to mention them because there wasn't anything bad about them. It was the first airline's problem. Anyway, she comes to me and she's like, by the way, your wheelchair isn't on board. Genuinely, like that. And here's me, massive headphones on, eye mask, face mask, about to zen out for like the next 13 hours. And I'm like, I beg your pardon. And long story short, the first flight I was on did not pass my chair on to the second flight, and for some reason the airport staff and the airline staff of the second flight realised too late. By too late, I mean we'd already been in the air, or about to be. And I'm like, by this point, obviously, no internet, nothing. I'm like,
no.
Who
can you contact to do? Yeah.
So she was like, we're trying to get in touch with the airline, we're trying to locate, no worries. And I'm like, babe, if I've not got my chair, there will be plenty of worries. There will be plenty of worries, babe. Let me tell you that. Anyway, but again, at this point, I was very nice to this person because it's not directly
problem,
her fault.
She's just the messenger.
Yeah, exactly. And I was very much aware of that. Anyway, ended up managing to get internet, called my sister who was not with us, and I was like, you need to locate my chair immediately. Anyway, long story short, my chair was at Heathrow, which was where I was flying from. They realised it was just like chilling somewhere at Heathrow. No one knew what was going on. Blah, blah, blah.
Wait, so you set off from Heathrow?
Yeah.
So it was never on the plane in the first place because you're on your second plane now.
Yeah, so
where did you fly to?
So Manchester to London via Heathrow.
Okay.
On BA.
Yeah.
And then from that to London to Japan.
So it was London, so they were stuck in Heathrow then?
Yeah.
So it had gone from Manchester to Heathrow.
Yeah.
And then lost in Heathrow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Love that for me. Best time of life. Anyway, so they were like, they're going to send the wheelchair over. So by the time you get to the airport, we will give you a chair. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. It will be sent to your airport, to your hotel. I was like, great, love that for me. Bit of an issue, but it's fine, we'll get there. Got to the airport, and I was like, yeah, I'm just on my merry way. And they were like, no, we don't do wheelchair delivery services. So I had to sit there. Mind you, they told me it was going to be 4 hours until the next one comes, right? No, they initially said 2 hours. Okay. Ended up being 4 hours. And they knew my wheelchair was on there. They knew the first thing to get out was my wheelchair. Did they? No. I had to wait an extra hour for my wheelchair to finally come through. So I spent a total of 5 hours at the airport waiting for my chair. And it's just one of those things where it was like, what the hell? And what was annoying for me was the fact that all this would have been avoided had they let my wheelchair on board.
Wow.
I'm speechless after that because I've just for too long.
But just that story shows how inaccessible travel is. Like, it's how unfair it is as well.
I think for me, we're not seen as priority, and it's more, the way I feel is that if an air hostess or if an airline sees a disabled person on a flight, we're seen as an inconvenience. That's how
you feel.
Have been made to feel.
Yeah.
On most flights. And it's just like, and when you come across one person from a flight department who is nice and is like, oh wow, oh my god, this is amazing, whereas this is how everyone should be. It's
almost like you're excited when you receive the bare minimum.
Exactly. Like, for example, on the way back from this trip, there was this lady who I was explaining to her that I need my chair on the flight with me and explaining to her what happened on the way here. She was like, oh, listen, don't worry, sweetheart, we will get your chair on the plane. And then she went to the air hostess and she explained the situation, and she was like, the chair needs to be on the plane, blah, blah, blah. And the air hostess was like, no, there's stuff in there, it's not going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, listen, I've spoke to such and such a person from your department, blah, blah, blah. It's going in there.
On.
And if she wasn't there advocating on my behalf, it wouldn't have happened. Because I wouldn't have the balls to be like, I've spoken to such and such person.
No.
And I feel like, why does it have to be like that?
Yeah, also, why did she need to fight your case?
No, why does it have to be like that?
Standard. Like,
it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it annoys me because I think it all goes back to the lack of training.
Yeah.
And
I think it's just a lack of care.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not want to help someone get all their belongings and needs with them?
Yeah.
Like, it's your property, it belongs to you. It's yours.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And to add to all this, something I'm sure everyone will see as a necessity, bathrooms. And you'd be shocked to know bathrooms are actually not accessible on planes. There is not an accessible bathroom on the plane. Like, I was on I think it's what you call them, but excuse me if I'm wrong, a double-decker bus? Is that no,
A plane.
A double-decker plane.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Isn't it like there's a particular name for them? But
I don't know the name for it, but you do get them.
Yeah, a double-deckers planes. There was stairs. There was like 3 stairs to get up there, and luckily, personally for me, I can do a couple of stairs like with like aid, whereas obviously some people can't.
No.
And I just think, what do you do in that situation? Like, it was just so bizarre. And yeah, I just think it's 2026. Like, everyone's traveling. Get your act together. And also, to add to my own, also, I saw this girl's video who went viral, who basically, she was a wheelchair user, and because there was some issues with the aisle chairs, she had to like shimmy down the plane, which I just think, I'm sorry, but it's the most humiliating experience you could experience as a human being, And basically there was some comments under that video that went viral of people being like, yeah, but like, you don't have to travel. Like, who's like, and I'm like, that is literally besides the point.
Yeah, it's like you should be able to do anything
like,
you want.
What on earth?
Without needing to.
And like some people's like, yeah, but she should be expecting that. Like, things happen, and I'm like, what do you mean?
No.
And it just that video really bugged me, because I was expecting to open up the comments and people being like, oh, bless her, or like, I feel really bad, like something is weird.
I just feel like it's like, if someone like me, for example, if I got on a train and the train was delayed normally at Euston, on the way to Euston, it was delayed, and it made me late to work, people would say, well, it was your option to work in London. It's the exact same.
Yes.
Like, it's like, no, it's my choice to work in London, yes.
Yeah, but that
doesn't mean that the train should be delayed. It just happens, but that's not the comment to say.
No.
It's that should happen.
And I think it goes back to like people thinking disabled, it's like back in the old days where like disabled people should be sheltered and just like be at home all the time. It's
No.
we're in 2026.
I think as well, life's for living, and you shouldn't be put off by airlines not doing their job and people not caring enough to stop you doing anything. Like,
100%.
That shouldn't be the reason.
We are going to talk about terminology in another episode, but to kind of talk about it slightly, I think this is what people talk about when they say the world is disabling.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the condition or the illness or
the diagnosis.
The world is more disabling sometimes. I would say, for me personally, 70% of my issues have arose from things around me.
The environment not being...
Yeah, rather than my condition. And I know I'm not blind to the fact that I am physically different and I have a physical challenge. I don't know, a physical barrier. A physical barrier that stops me doing certain things. But I feel like 90% of the time, I love how I'm like taking the percentage higher. It was 70, now it's 90. 70% of the time, it's when like something could have been put in place by society or by people, able-bodied people, that could have
prevented
that. I'm lost for words today.
Yeah, that was a big story though.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. That should never have happened.
I just think it was just, and it was, when I later on complained, it was just like, yeah, I literally got a bog standard email back from BA being like, yeah, thanks for your feedback. We will, it was like, thanks for your feedback. We will take this on board for future. Sorry for any inconvenience.
Oh my gosh, inconvenience.
And I'm like, listen, babe, you took my legs away.
Right?
I didn't say that, but
You should have done.
at that point, I was just like,
Yeah, you were over it. That makes sense.
Breathe.
I know.
That was a long story. Tell me.
So for me, when I travel, it's mainly when I get there, like to the destination, I am always like, right, how are people going to react? Because there's been many a times where, like, even just on the plane, I get stared at. Well, people are obviously staring to look for their chair, but they're looking at my seat a little bit longer, and I'm like, love, I'm sat in it. It's clearly not yours. Move on.
There is a person sat here.
There's a person sat here, and it's not yours.
Yeah.
So I could clearly tell they are staring for a reason. And it's like, when I'm flying, I'm not flying in my wig. Done it once, never again. Like when I was younger, No. I sometimes don't wear my brows. Like, I'm sat in one position for... My longest flight has been 4 hours.
Comfort is key on a flight.
It's like I'm wearing like your classic matching jumpsuit.
Oh,
like, yeah, I am going for comfort.
Yeah.
So, stairs, I normally get over every day and it doesn't bother me. But when I'm on a plane, I'm like... Anyway. When we normally get there, though, I just try to ignore people and, like, just be in my own world and become a bit, like... ignorant towards it, like pretend it's just not happening and just keep going on my merry way.
Yeah.
But this one time, I think we'd only been abroad once or twice before. I was with my family, 15, 16, and I was still wearing my wig at this point. Family holiday as well.
Nice.
And I think this was actually the first holiday where I was wearing a wig with my family. Because the previous holiday before that was when I was like 11, 12, and I could just get away with my headband still and it was fine.
Yeah.
So for this holiday, I was wearing my wig. I brought it with me anyway. And I remember we'd just arrived and we had like an early flight and we went for like our lunch in the restaurant at the hotel. And I remember sitting away, so I was like looking at the corner of the room. And my dad was sat in the corner of the room looking at me and looking out to everyone.
Ah, right, yeah.
Yeah, so it was just like a round table. That's just how we sat. And I wasn't wearing my wig at this point because we'd just done the flight and it was really itchy from the flight. So I took it off and I was like, let my head breathe for a minute. It's warm.
Yeah.
You know, this is not British weather.
No.
It's Spanish. It's warm. Yeah. So I'm then got my food, sat down, and my dad has said to me, like, am I going to put my wig back on?
Oh.
And I was like, probably in a bit, I don't know, like I'm quite warm at the moment. And I could see him like getting agitated and getting angry. And so I could see my dad getting irritable and getting like annoyed and agitated, and I'm like, okay, like whatever. And I'm looking at my mum like, what's his
going
issue?
on? Yeah.
And then it turns out I get up again to go for seconds, obviously. I'm just a girl.
Love
got more
it.
Food. Probably went to get
Seconds, thirds.
Always. And at this point I wasn't celiac because I was eating whatever the hell I wanted to. Yeah. Probably past it at that point. And so as I've got up to get food, I see like a wave of heads like turn around and start like eating their own food. So like people have been like looking, because I had hair but it was patchy.
Right.
So I wasn't bald, and so people could see the bald patches through the headband or whatever I was wearing, right? And so my dad has said this, like, can you wear your wig? One, to protect me, because everyone was staring at me. Little did I know. But also for him, it was just making him so angry because he just wanted to shout and scream for people to stop staring. That's one thing that would traumatise him so much, when people stared. He couldn't stand it.
It is frustrating because you can't do anything about it.
Especially when I'm like young, like I'm 15, 16, like now I will wave back.
Yeah, like let's
stare at me, I dare you. Do you know what I mean?
I'll
like,
pose for pictures.
I actually will. I will. Yeah, even with a can of tuna in like Tesco. Try me. Honestly. Do you want sugar? Which one? Anyway. Like, I don't care now.
As you should.
When I was 15, 16, but basically I didn't want to see people staring, and my dad knew this. So I've got up, gone to get more food, and...
Sorry, I'm not laughing at...
It's the sugar, sorry.
I think there needs to be a preface that we were just having a laughing fit.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was that story. And then from that day, like for the rest of that holiday, I was like wearing a headband. I wore my like my bandana, my wig sometimes, just because there were so many stairs. Like, and I don't know whether in like I love traveling and I love meeting people abroad and like hearing different people's stories, but people there were so rude. And I'm not going to generalise a culture or like generalise a nation, because that's not what everyone is like.
No.
But where we went, you must have thought I was some sort of celebrity. It was awful.
That's
like
mad.
People were staring bad, and I'm like, I'm still a kid.
Yeah.
Like 15, 16 years old.
What do you think you're achieving by staring?
Yeah.
Like, do you think I'm blind?
And I'm like, trying to figure it out. You've clearly not done it in the past 5 seconds. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like
it's mad.
People were staring bad. So like, I completely understand why my dad was like, said this, because that my worst fear was people staring at me, and it was bad on this holiday.
What? Sometimes so whenever I'm abroad, personally, I don't care as much as I do in England. Like, if people in the UK stare at me, it might get to me more than than if I was abroad for some reason, because I'm like, you don't know me, I don't care why you're staring. Even though people in the UK also don't know me, but you know what I mean? It's just different.
Yeah.
And sometimes I used to gaslight myself. This is so like big-headed, but sometimes I used to gaslight myself and think they're staring because I look good. Do you know what? So, no, genuinely, and sometimes it works.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're staring because they like my outfit or like my bikini. Or
Honestly,
whatever.
sometimes if I know people are going to be staring at me that day,
Yeah.
I will purposefully like put on my Devil Wears Prada, Miranda persona.
Yeah. Or another good thing, I don't know if I've mentioned on the pod before, stare back. Stare back. I remember one time.
We will have a staring competition.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I remember one time there was a pool, sun lounger. I was sat on it, obviously. Sun loungers all around the pool. There was one guy or a girl. It was like a guy and a girl, right, like diagonally opposite me. The girl kept like staring right into my soul. And I was reading my Kindle and I looked up and I noticed and I carried on reading my Kindle. Looked back up, she's still staring, so I went.
Yeah.
So she looks away. And I'm like, if you're going to stare. If you're going to stare at me, prepare to be stared back at.
Yeah.
Because it's saying a one-way thing. I've got eyes too, I can stare at you too.
Yeah, literally.
Two can play that game. Okay, I'm getting way too...
Yeah. But with that holiday, from that, I was like, I am never... Because I think as well, that was my last holiday abroad for quite a while then. I think my next one was in like Salou, and sometimes I wore my headband, sometimes I wore my wig. It was a much more comfortable, I was a bit older.
Yeah.
And I just finished college knowing that I wouldn't be wearing my wig to uni.
Yeah.
So I was a lot more confident, and I was like, I'm going to wear whatever I want. And it was a much nicer, comfortable holiday for my hair loss at that point.
Yeah.
But now I go bald, I don't care. Me and my partner will just stare back.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, my partner will wave. Still. Yeah. And he'll announce to people, oh, a lot of people are staring today. As we're just walking along the beach, like he'll do it. So, yeah. But that's been my thing travelling, is the stares and the perceptions of people when I'm over there.
It's like, have you never seen anyone bald before?
Clearly not.
That is absolutely mad.
So that's my thing when I go away. To be fair, there's actually one thing with planes that I struggle with.
Okay.
So they put the aircon on. Right?
I can imagine.
I have no hair. I'm freezing.
Yeah.
You make the plane like Antarctica. I am freezing. Like,
Fair
honestly,
point. That's actually a fair point.
We were coming back from Benidorm, I think. We'd been there for my birthday, and the plane was already delayed, but this whole time the aircon was on. And I'm like, I need a hot beverage quickly. I ended up with my jumper on, had my partner's jumper on. I was cold. I was freezing. I even asked the flight attendant, can we lower it down or turn it off? And they literally said no, because it was just because we were stationary, it was just the fans having to keep things going or something.
Yeah.
I was freezing. So that's my thing.
Not the same, but kind of in line with like airport plane rules. When they make the toilets, when they shut off the toilets.
Yeah.
Right. So as a disabled person, I mean, not every disabled person is like this, but, and like some disabilities and some conditions, you can't
hold it in.
Yeah.
Like when you go, you need to go.
Yeah. And I find it extremely bizarre when some instances where, like, for example, a plane is like delayed and like it's at that point where you're already on the plane and it's been delayed for an hour, but the toilets are shut off. And I've actually been in that situation before, and I was literally like, listen, look. Funny enough, it was still on this Japan trip. I don't know, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
This Japan trip, when I was there, rainbows and roses. Travel part of it, hell.
No, not good.
I was literally like face to face with this girl who was like in her 20s, like full on like air hostess vibes, loved her. But I was like, listen, love, I need to go to the toilet. She was like, no, can do, blah, 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 blah. Started like giving me all the rules, all the blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I will literally
piss in the seat.
Yeah, so your choice, whether you want to deal with that after I'm gone.
Do you want to clean them all after me? Or can I just go sort myself out?
So she made me wait another further 5 minutes before being like, yeah, I spoke to someone. And I just think that, what kind of rule is that?
Why can't people go to the toilet? Like, if you're just stuck on the plane, why can't you go to the toilet? I don't see the issue. Like, I understand the taking off and the landing.
Yeah.
Fine. Or turbulence. Fine.
Yes.
Because it's, like, normally, like, a short period of time.
Yeah. Turbulence,
Yeah,
absolutely understand.
But any other time, why? If you're just on the ground, chilling, planes just rattling about, why can't you go?
It's mad. Unless there's, like, a problem with the toilet is the reason you're staying there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid rule. Stupid rule.
Yeah. But I think also another thing that's stupid that you've told me, that I know this story's coming anyway, but to lead into the story, is when, like, people just don't use their common sense.
Yes. It's like, think before you speak, like, or think before you make the rules.
It's like, I have a job where I work with the public.
Yeah.
Like, general public.
Public facing,
It's like, I call it my muggle job. My muggle job. So, I work with the general public.
Yeah.
And you just gotta have some common sense.
Yeah,
Like,
think.
And some people don't.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is the, like,
you know what?
saying for this story.
I saw something the other day and it was like, common sense is not that common.
It's not.
And I just think, it's not, is it?
Sense has nowhere to be seen.
No. But anyway, speaking of no common sense, so I was on a flight a while ago, and on this said flight, there was 5 other disabled people, which isn't actually that common for me personally. So, which meant, naturally, there was about, like, it was going to take longer because of getting everyone out, blah, blah, blah. But for me personally, all I need help with is for them to give me my chair on the other end and point me to the nearest lift. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. I've said that way too many times in this episode. So on this episode, I'm gonna like really like jam-pack it because it's a long one. So basically, we're on a row, a few disabled people. I'm one of them. At this point, it's been already 20-30 minutes. 2 of the disabled people are still to come. And I say this to this woman because I know the door we need to go through because we're by the door, but we're waiting to go as if it's like a blooming trail or it's like a school trip, like holding hands. So I'm like, hi, love. I know where I need to go. Just like open the door because the door was like a keypad type thing. So I'm like, open the door. I'll skedaddle. See you later. I'm all right from here. I don't need any more assistance. And she's like, we need to wait for everybody else. These are the rules. If you don't want to follow them, use the stairs. I know people are going to be watching or listening to this thinking that definitely did not happen because no one would have the audacity to say that. But
she had the audacity to say that?
Yes. But also, I had 3-4 other disabled / carers hearing this, as well as my mum, who was also there, who jaw on the floor. And instantly I was like, I need your name, your full name, because there's no response to this. This is going straight to your boss.
Yeah, this is awful.
And it was funny because, well, it wasn't funny, but it was interesting because I said, pardon, for like to get her to reiterate. And she said, these are the rules. We need to wait for everybody else. If you don't want to do that, there's stairs right there. And she pointed at the stairs behind her. And I was thought, mind you, I know we say like different cultures, different rules. This was the UK.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
This was Great Britain.
There's such thing as respect.
Yes.
She had none.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know you can have a bad day, but that does not give you the right to like take it out on someone else. I understand road rage because no one can hear you.
Yeah.
Right? Unless you're that person that records it and posts it online. But normally no one can hear your road rage. You don't rage in public.
No.
Like, oh.
So what I know, and then what happened was, there was 2 of them. The other guy wasn't there when she said that, and eventually he opened the doors. We were going through it, and basically what the problem was that
she was the problem.
Yeah, but also the disabled route, the accessible route, was through the terminal.
Okay.
Which makes 0 sense. So they took me back to departures to take me back round to where I needed to go out and to baggage claim. And because of that reason, I needed to be treated like a prisoner because I couldn't apparently be trusted in departures on my own. Because I would have just flown off somewhere else. Whereas, but the real question should be, why on earth was this the logical, accessible route in the first place? Who thought this is the most logical accessible route? Because it's not. Because what I felt was, one, degraded by the way she spoke to me, and two, treated like an absolute prisoner because...
You couldn't go anywhere?
No.
You were stuck?
And it was just so blooming bizarre. So blooming bizarre. Mm-hmm. And went home, obviously, emailed the airline, emailed the airport because she was an airport staff. Airport got back to me. Very sorry for your experience. We will include this in the training. We will look into this, blah, blah, blah. Have I heard from them? No.
Awful.
And I just think, like, when she said, if you don't want to wait, use the stairs. I'm sorry.
Gobsmacked you on the floor. That's awful.
Like, I really hope that's one of the things that keeps her up at night.
Oh,
you know, one of those things where you're like...
Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. I really hope that's one of those things for her because...
Did you get her full name?
Yeah, but I can't think of the top of my... It is in that email, so if I go back to that email...
She's on my hit list.
Yeah. So if you want me to reveal her name, like this pod, we'll have her on the guest.
Oh, stop.
No, let's not.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I just think it's... And I think, again, obviously it goes back to common sense, but also lack of training.
Yeah, that was definitely lack
because
of training.
I'm sorry, in this day and age, you would not... Because it's an ableism term. It's an ableist thing to say. So, and you wouldn't say that when it's like racism.
No. But I think with everything that's like so negative with travel, I want to say it's slowly getting better.
Yes, definitely.
But
I met this absolute sweetheart of a man on my recent travel to Spain. So he, again, was actually working for the same airport, like agency, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And he was what are they called?
Like a flight attendant?
No.
Or like the person before you get on?
He was like the one helping with like assistance. Mm-hmm. He was an assistant and he came up to me, bless him. He literally, one sentence, made my entire trip. Oh. And he went, I've never flown with you before. Just let me know how you would like things to happen and how I could help. And I just thought...
What a gem.
What a gem. Because he's right. He's never flown with me before. And it's much nicer experience knowing someone is taking what you're saying on board and like doing the things the way you like it, because again it goes back to not every disability is the same.
Can I just say I love how he's worded that
genuinely.
As like I've not flown with you before in like seeing you as a person rather than seeing the chair.
Genuinely,
like, I love that he's said it that way.
It was honestly, it made my day. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I've not flown with you before, so like how would you like this to go on? And I was like, yes, 10 out of 10, no notes.
So lovely.
Love that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So although there's some stupid people out there within that industry and just in the world, there's also some nice people.
Yeah.
And I've had the chance to meet both of them, which is great. Love that for me.
Yeah. I love that he said that, to be fair. And like one thing for me with travelling, I'm more excited to travel now than I was previously because I've recently got a new passport.
Ooh.
Right, because it ran out. I had to. Nothing drastic happened. I didn't lose it. No. Very normal. It just ran out. Even though there's like 3 months left on it, but you still can't travel.
It's 6 months.
Drives me insane.
You have to have a valid passport for 6 months to travel.
Your passport,
which is stupid.
It's only valid for 9 years and 6 months then, really.
9 years and
not
6
really
months.
10 months. Not really 10 years, but anyway.
Wait, no, not 9 years and 6 months.
Yeah, it's just a 10-year passport.
9 years. My maths is not.
Sorry. But in my passport...
Old passport.
In my old passport, I wore my wig. And so every time I travelled, I was like, am I even going to get through? Like, because I've been like going to Ibiza or Germany or Spain, I'm not all like Greece, just traveling anywhere, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like,
Actually, really random question, but isn't a wig on like a legal document seen as like if you like wear a hat or like sunglasses?
But this is what I
Or
want.
not sunglasses, glasses.
But this is what I don't know about, because me at 16, there's no way I was having a photo without my wig on. Do you know what I mean?
I actually
But, like,
want to Google that.
no one questioned it. And like when I had worn my wig through customs in the past on the story I previously told, no one knew it was a wig.
I've got another story,
But
yeah.
yeah, so but now when I travel bald, which I have done for nearly 7 years now. Ooh, oh my god. Anyway,
that.
I just like I'm more excited now because I actually look like my passport.
Huh?
So yeah, I actually look like my passport now, so I'm excited for that.
Oh.
Yet to get my driving licence changed though, because I'm still got a wig on in that.
Next, coming up.
Next thing. So I'm now more excited to travel, because that used to give me some anxiety, you know, thinking I don't like my passport. Like, I don't look like my passport anymore. And this is why I feel like how you look really matters, and like hair is a massive part of your identity, because like even in the film Mamma Mia 2, where like they're going on the boat, like they're in Greece or they're in Paris, and they're going on the boat to Greece.
Yeah.
The passport guy's literally like, your hair's shorter here. Like, your hair's longer here.
Like
as if that's like a telltale sign of like, this is not you, this is you.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's literally how I feel. Like, when someone looks at my passport, they're going to be like, you had hair here. Is this actually you?
Oh.
You know, well, I know they're not going to do that, but it's like,
it's just at the back of your head.
all in my head. So that's why I'm more excited now to travel with my new passport when it arrives. I am excited for that.
Would you ever travel? Wait, actually, question.
Yeah.
In your new one, have you got eyebrows on or not?
Yeah, I've got my... Oh. Yeah,
Dear.
I do. I have my eyebrows, yeah.
Cute.
But just like these ones, like fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute.
But I think they look more at your eyes anyway. Even facial recognition.
Yeah.
Like recently when I've flown with my old passport, it's all facial recognition.
It is, yeah. It's I think it's your irises
I think
or
it's
something.
like, yeah, eyes, nose, mouth, I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Because there's some people, like, you don't look the same when you're 16.
No.
Like, you could have I got a 10-year passport at 16, and I'm like, obviously like 25 now, nearly 26. So my face has changed a lot since I was like 16 years old. So I don't know how it works. Must be your eyes. Must be your eyes.
See, again, there's another thing.
Everything else grows apart from your eyes.
Yeah, I think this is another thing that's not being thought out for disabled people, because I can never go through them because it's too small. So I always have to go through
And they're
a
new
person.
as well.
Yes.
They're new.
I always have to go to a person.
Wow.
So yeah, again, slight inconvenience, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I do want to touch on the fact that, again, I feel like it's an outdated process that's just not being thought about, and it's how disabled people are treated through security.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I have mixed reviews. It's not a Yelp review. I've got mixed feelings about this, because on one hand, I'm like, great. So basically, the way it works for me is I don't go through the metal scanner because my whole chair is metal. And I've got metal implant in my head. So instantly it's going to go...
They're going off.
So yeah, if you had headphones in, by the way, just then, I'm really sorry for that sound. So I go around it and I get body searched, which again is fine. But sometimes the body search is very thorough, and you are in a busy airport, security obviously, because it's an airport. And I just think sometimes it can feel quite degrading, because they like ask me to like do all sorts of like
positions.
Yeah,
The YMCA,
and I'm like,
literally.
Genuinely at one point, I'll be, why, do you know what, thinking about it is literally the YMCA. No songs or anything, so it's not as nice, but yeah. And I just think, but having said that, I know you get the opportunity to do a private one. I can't remember what the term is, but you can request a private search, so whether they take you to a different room. But again, I just feel like, one, that just adds an extra time to it all. But also, if anything, it might draw more attention. Is why you go into a different room. Like, is there something going on.
Yeah,
do you know what I
it
mean?
just draws more attention to you
Yeah.
then.
And I just think, like, I get asked all the time to take my braces off. It's like, if I can hide anything, like, my braces get scanned, and, like, my leg braces, by the way. And I just think there needs to be a better process for this.
Yes, than that.
Because it's just, but on the other hand, sometimes some airports, they let me straight through without any search. And I'm like, but if anyone who is a wrong un
Yeah.
sees that, they're like, okay, I'm going to
That's
travel
the way
with a
in.
chair.
Yeah.
And I just think there needs to be some middle ground.
Yeah, that's true.
And I just think it's 2026. Why are these things not taken into account?
I think definitely that the accessibility needs a lot more work and focus on,
100%.
because the stories that you told today, not okay.
No.
In any means. Like,
No.
not okay.
No, but what's annoying is, again, like that girl's story that I said on that TikTok, there will still be some people annoyingly being like, yeah, but you don't have to travel. Or like, yeah, just wait. Or like being treated like a prisoner, rather that than going on holiday, not being able to go on holiday. But no, it's not
It's not
the
okay.
point.
That's not how it works.
Not the point.
So to wrap up for today, I think we've realised that travelling needs a lot more work.
Definitely.
Especially planes. I
Yeah.
think we'll get onto buses and other forms of transport in
It doesn't. The inaccessibility, unfortunately, doesn't stop with planes.
yeah.
There's more
There's
problems.
trains, there's buses, cars, everything. And I think that'll be a really interesting topic as well at some point. But
For now,
I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast. And
let us know your thoughts and feelings in the comments. And we'll see you
next Wednesday.
Woo! Bye!